everybody. Welcome to Froggy Friday. We are so delighted that you could join us today. Today we have a beautiful treat for you. We have Reverend Melody in the house, sharing and shining her light and just gleaning with her wisdom. Reverend Gwen and I are so excited to welcome you to this moment. So we're going to start, as we do all things with this teaching of the science of mind, that thing that sets us apart from all other philosophies and religion. We are going to do a spiritual mind treatment. Wilkester was scheduled to be here today, and there she is. I saw her pop in. Wilkester, magnificent. Welcome. Wilkester, you are doing the opening treatment, and did you decide Gwen Paul would do the meditation?
No, Paul can do. Paul, you're prepared to do the opening? And Wilkester, are you in a place, in a situation that you can do the meditation? You look like you're in a car. That's why I'm asking.
We can't hear you. We can't hear you, friend.
I can do the opening.
You're gonna do the meditation?
No, I can do the treatment.
You can't do the meditation.
Okay.
Paul, can you do the meditation?
Yes.
All right. Okay. So we'll have the treatment or the invocation from Wilkester. I will sing us into the meditation, and Paul, you just unmute yourself and go right into it. Okay.
Okay.
Nancy's sick, so I can sing the part going into the meditation. Is that okay, everybody? All cool? Clear? All right. Take it away, Wilkester.
Okay, join me as we go deep. Here is what I know, and that is true for me, for myself, and for everyone. There's only one God, one power, the invincible. Right here, right now, I import this power as I allow it to work through me, by means of me, and by means of each one of us in this class, in this Froggy Friday. As we all know, we are individualized expressions of this oneness, of this magnificent power that we call God, the Trinity, the Son, the Father, and the Holy Spirit. I'm knowing stable internet for this session. I'm knowing love. I'm embodying this beautiful, beautiful power of sharing, of learning, of all kinds of experiences, of knowing who we are, of letting go, of letting in, that it deserves us, that it makes us grow, that brings the joy, the beauty of God in us. Right here, right now. I'm knowing peace, joy in all of us. Especially, I'm knowing peace for myself, love myself. As we start this session, know that we are guided, we are maintained, we are sustained throughout by this one that we call good God. All the expressions or the experiences are good, and are God. Grateful for the teachers, grateful for the students who have said yes to this hour, to this minute of expanding our knowingness, of expanding our wisdom and knowledge. I know we are unfolding to the deeper and highest selves. I let go all the traumas and the griefs that I had, that I've experienced. And I let in love, joy, peace. And I say, yes, it is beautiful. I raise my words of wisdom, of love, of commitment, of connection of stable Wi-Fi to the universal law, knowing that it's already made manifest. And together we say, and so it is.
And so it
And
is.
so it
And
is.
so it is.
I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know.
Okay. As we center, let's just take a few minutes to remind ourselves of this truth, the truth that governs our growth path. Let's take a few minutes just to appreciate that we are God manifesting itself as us. And as such, our lives, not only are they guarded, is our life guarded, but it is also perfect and folding for God's highest good, which is our good. Let's take the next 3 or 4 minutes meditating on this truth, that our lives, our expressions, our manifestation of God. I know this to be true. God expresses as me. God expresses as each and every one of us. So as we bring our consciousness back to the service, let us maintain this awareness that our lives are manifestations of God. And God is unfolding in this service perfectly for its own good, which is our good. Thank you.
Thank you, Lord.
Thank you so much. Well, friends, as we come to this sacred space, we celebrate practitioners this week. We celebrate community this week. There's just been such a great joy in the energetic field of the Center for Spiritual Living Kenya. So we're going to pick up that energy, continue that energy by doing what we do best, singing together in one. Won't you join me? We are one people, one strong heartbeat, just one spirit shining bright within us all. We are a part of one another, born to love each other. When it's all said and done, we are one. Take it, Gwen.
We are one people, one strong heartbeat, just one spirit shining bright within us all. We are a part of one another. We're born to love each other. When it's all said and done, we are one.
One, we are one people, one strong heartbeat, just one spirit shining bright within us all. We are a part of one another. We're born to love each other. When it's all said and done, we are one. When it's all said and done, we are one. Let me see those spirit fingers. One.
Come on, come on, come on.
Well, on the heels of our practitioners graduating, I want you to know that our next Froggy Friday, which is in 2 weeks, mark your calendar so you come on time, you bring your friends, you're participating, you're sharing. They will be demonstrating what it's like to be a practitioner, and they will be hosting the entire Froggy Friday. So mark your calendars now.
Oh,
And
yes.
ladies,
It's going to
yes,
be a
it's
special day.
It will be magnificent. Now, the long-awaited, beautiful visit of our friend, our colleague, our teacher, our mentor, who sits on the board of CLF, our Conscious Living Foundation, and our board of trustees with the Center for Spiritual Living Kenya. Today to say, today you are you. That is truer than true. Reverend Melody Bailey in the house. Put your hands together. Come on out here, Mel. Come on out.
All right. So, you know, Dr. Seuss, the children's book author, once wisely wrote, "Today you are you. That is truer than true. There is no one alive who is youer than you. Shout loud, I am lucky to be what I am." That is today's theme. And one of my favorite quotes from Lucille Ball, an American actress, you may have heard of her: "Love yourself first and everything else falls into line." And it is so true that we really do need to love ourselves first. Love ourselves for being exactly who we are, even when we're grumpy, even when we're sick. Now, you may be saying to yourselves, I love myself. And we usually do. But I have found that while I usually do love myself, there are times when I don't. And sometimes I find myself saying bad things about myself in my mind or even out loud. and I'm not appreciating who I am. And it might not even be a full thought, but the feeling that goes with a thought, such as not being happy with my weight. Now, I don't always look in the mirror and say to myself, oh, you're so fat. But it might be that general feeling of unhappiness when I step on the scale and sigh when my weight's gone up. So it can be really subtle. It doesn't even have to be a thought, just the feeling. And what I have noticed is that when I am not feeling good about myself or loving towards myself or appreciating who I am, then I am judging myself. And if I'm not consciously aware of what is going on, I may not be good to myself. Like it's like a subconscious self-punishment. So I might eat junk food, stay at home and watch garbage TV, instead of getting out and about with friends or being in nature or reading a good book. Is it just me that has this? I don't think so, no. So a good example of this was when I looked in the mirror after I had my brain tumor removal surgery in 2014. So I had some excessive negative self-talk going on at the beginning. My hair looked weird because they had done surgery and there was blood all crusted in it, and I wasn't allowed to wash it for a week. It was gross, but because of all the staples in there. And I couldn't do everything I was used to doing, not allowed to drive or lift heavy objects. I had to sleep upstairs on the sofa because I was not allowed to go up and down the stairs. And I had to rely a lot on other people to help. Now, I'm pretty good at accepting help, but I wasn't being good to myself. I wasn't loving towards myself. I was hard on myself. When I looked in the mirror, I felt sad and frustrated. And I was thinking things like, why me? What am I supposed to learn from this? Is there even a lesson in this? Is this going to affect my ability to do stuff? Luckily, no, but I didn't know that at the time. And I found my faith in God was a bit shaky because I was so angry. And I just wanted to get back to normal. So I wasn't loving myself. And this can also happen when we're trying something new in our lives. Say you get a new job or you're trying to learn a new skill. If you're used to being good at what you do, and then you try something new and you find that your first few attempts, you're not good at them. If you're a perfectionist like me, you can be hard on yourself. You know, I called myself stupid when I was trying to learn something new. Everybody learns at different levels. Everybody expresses differently and learns differently. So those are harsh words to say to yourself. And, you know, I try not to. So there are some signs to help you know when you are not loving yourself or appreciating yourself for who you truly are. If you find yourself constantly apologizing or mentally beating yourself up, even if you make a tiny mistake, do you do self-destructive things? Do you not consider your needs a priority and focus on everybody else first? And do you hear yourself having negative self-talk or even negative feelings towards yourself? And a really bad one, do you find yourself comparing yourself to others and thinking you're not as good as them? If you answered yes to any of these, then this message is for you. So all this lack of self-love, whether it's from thoughts or actions, can start a downward spiral. And the further down you get, the harder it is to get back up. It's like a board game, Snakes and Ladders. Do you have that in Kenya? Anyway, the ladders are easy and they get you where you want to go quicker. But those snakes you got to watch out for because they will take you back down. Those are the negative thoughts, and the ladders, the loving thoughts. The ladders are self-love and the snakes are self-loathing. So to stay on the path of loving yourself, think about the golden rule. One should treat others as one would like others to treat oneself. If we try to follow this, yet we cannot treat ourselves with that same love and respect, then we are creating a dichotomy in our lives, a dissonance between what we want or who we want to be and what we truly believe. And this dichotomy shows up in relationships because they mirror back to us how we feel about ourselves. If you take a look at your most intimate relationships, partners, siblings, parents, what are they mirroring? Are you experiencing love and respect, peace and joy in your relationships? What I experience in my relationships is a reflection of my BS, belief systems, whether they are subconscious or conscious. And if I'm experiencing rocky relationships, I need to look at what I am thinking and believing. But I would add to the golden rule, the platinum rule of love oneself unceasingly. Then when we make us, ourselves, a priority in our lives, our relationships with others will mirror this back and life will be more awesome. When relationships have been less than marvelous, I've looked back and I've realized that my self-love was on shaky ground at these points in time. And often when this occurs, that spiral down that I talked about starts. I'm not very self-loving, therefore my relationship isn't great, therefore I don't feel very self-loving, therefore my relationship isn't great, etc., etc., etc. I need to stop this spiral by being loving towards myself. I need to take stock and start the process of being kind and loving towards myself, which may be as simple as some self-care. Meditation, prayer, nice bath, walk in nature. It could be ending the relationship. So, as many of us do, whether we're following this teaching or just living life, I have been making a conscious effort to live a better life, have better thoughts, do good things for myself, and align myself with those highest attributes of God that we hear about: love, peace, and harmony. And these are great and simple ways to help oneself be more loving. Focusing on the positive tends to bring about the positive in our lives. And I find I'm more loving, more peaceful, and my life is more harmonious when I focus, and I mean focus on these spiritual attributes. I install them into my daily life as a part of who I am. And when I fall asleep to that, that's when things go sideways. Make sure your spiritual practices, your self-care are a part of your life. And another question I asked myself, how can I love God as I love myself if my self-love isn't there, or it's kind of patchy or rocky? And one of the things being on a spiritual path has showed me in life is that if I keep my mind on God and use my understanding of God and spiritual principles as my guiding light, then life is easier. Keeping my mind on God brings about a more loving awareness in my life and highlights those times of stinking thinking towards myself. In this teaching, we focus on unity, not duality, and my relationship with spirit appears reciprocal because how I feel about myself affects how I feel about spirit, and how I feel about spirit or God affects everything. That brings the unity into what seems to be duality. All my relationships with others are based on this unity. Everything is interconnected. This is why it's important to love yourself. How you are towards yourself shows up in all areas of your life, and that is very important. I've talked about forgiveness before. It's a very important aspect of loving yourself. If you have any areas left to forgive, please work on them. There are many tools out there to help you forgive. And this means forgiving yourself and forgiving yourself for judging yourself as less than. One of my favorite authors of all time is Louise Hay. You may have heard of her. And what she says on self-esteem, which is a type of self-love, is quite pertinent. Raise your self-esteem to such a level that you are only allowing loving experiences into your life. Don't waste time trying to get even. It doesn't work. What we put out always comes back to us. So let's drop the past and work on loving ourselves in the now. I know there are ways that I get to be more self-loving. And I know I'm preaching to the choir. We all have the tools that we've been taught and shared through the science of mind. But it's always worth to be reminded and then reapply as necessary, kind of like an ointment or medication. Some affirmations from Louise Hay that I love. I love being me. I am good enough. I love myself, therefore I attract loving people into my life. Saying these affirmations always makes me feel good and is a great way to change your energy. And another thing is to make a what's working for me list. It's kind of like a gratitude list. Because when you see it all written down, you cannot help but feel good about yourself. So what's working for me? Motherhood. I love being a mum and I try to be the best mum I can be. Singing. I love to sing, unless I hit a wrong note. But even then, it just lets me know, practice, practice, practice. It's not a judgment. Being a good driver. I consider myself a fairly good driver. And you know what? Following the spiritual teaching, this was the biggest blessing in my life. And also, my British accent is working for me. I get lots of nice comments on it. And you know what? Being in leadership is working for me because it's helped me hone my leadership skills and become a better listener, a better planner. And I love to help others be their best selves. No more comparisons. Don't do it, particularly physical ones. If I see a person in a magazine looking beautiful and slender, and then I compare myself, now I catch myself and I use a mental eraser to remove any judgments about myself. And you know what? They have their skills, I have mine. I am the best me. No one else can be that. Then I feel better when I think that. Working on letting go, just let go of stuff. Be in the now. Don't hold on to things. Just let it be. That's really powerful. And know that darkness in life can be valuable. So going through that brain tumor surgery gave me a new perspective on sickness, on life, and the possibility of dying. And gave me more compassion and understanding for others who are going through the same thing. And going through all of this now helps me share how the lack of self-love can impact your life, and then you can change that and make your life better, just as I am doing now. I am gentler in my thoughts towards myself. And if I find myself sliding down that nasty snake, I look for a ladder to climb back up. I'm being more self-loving and better towards my body. So remember, triune nature, spirit, mind, and body. Well, we've talked about spirit and I've talked about mind. You've also got to take care of your body, to love yourself. So drink lots of water, exercise regularly. And you know what the best exercise is? The one you will do. Because it's no good saying the best exercise is jogging if you hate it, because you won't do it. So do the one that you like. I like yoga. Eat less processed foods, meditate and sleep. Take care of yourself. I mean, you know all of this. This is just a reminder for you. You are in charge of your life. You are the best you can be. And I'm ending with a Kenyan proverb I found online. It says, beauty comes from within. A beautiful heart creates a beautiful person. So just pick one or two of the things I have said. No need to overwhelm yourself. Pick a couple and start to work your way up to being the best you can be. Namaste.
Oh, thanks, Reverend Mel. I love that. I love the synchronicity of everything you said. And you said the triune nature. And excuse me, and Wilkester in her treatment said the Holy Trinity. And it's all the one thing expressed differently, but the same. I love so much of what you said. You know what the best exercise is? The one you do.
True.
That's so great.
And I
Does
just have this
anybody-
image of this big eraser that I'm just cleaning up those thoughts. Nice image.
Oh, that's beautiful. Does anybody have anything they'd like to share that came up for them with Reverend Melody and her sharing? You must have nailed it, Mel. Oh, here's the great one. Come on, Patrick.
Okay. Thank you very much, Melody. And I used to love snake and ladders. When I was young, we used to play snake and ladders. But I realized we have not stopped playing snake and ladder. We still play them in our mind.
Mhm.
Because as you say, each time we have a negative thought, that's a snake. So we must be carrying a lot of snakes in our minds. And I think the idea is to get rid of them by climbing as high as we can on those ladders. So I also got the inspiration, the fact that without loving yourself, you can never love anybody else. Because apart from that, we just be pretense, a fake. And the more you fake it, the more you destroy your own world and everybody else, because it always comes back to you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Patrick.
Anybody
Thanks,
else?
Mel, for that. Oh, go ahead. Thanks, Mel, for that. I just wanted to comment. My two grandchildren, the oldest ones, I was teaching them a card game, and they were bickering, and they were like, "Well, you're cheating, you're cheating." I said, "You need to stop that right now." And there was something that you had said about, you know, what you're you mentoring it, right? Like whatever you're you want them to, how do you want them to behave with children, you be it, and they will follow. And so it just brought to mind how I would cheer them on if they got the right card, or a good play, or they won the hand or something. And then I could see this shift in them. And being siblings, they weren't kind of ready to give a little bit, but it was a really good time to see how, as you are portraying it, it filters out. And with kids, they're very influential.
Hmm, that's so true.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This is
My
a
mother
great,
used to say, now, love thee one another.
lovely one. Oh, okay.
Is
So
it time to sing?
I think it's a good time to sing. What would you like to sing? Let's sing This Little Light of Mine. Everybody knows this song. And Wilkester, I want you to unmute, because I'm going to sing the first verse. You're going to sing the second verse, and then we can all sing, okay? Or do you want to start us off, Wilkester?
You start?
Okay. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, my light, I've got to let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Go Wilkester.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
I want everybody to look at Hezekiah. Look at the light above his head. That's magnificent. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Reverend Melody, unmute and go. This little
Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
everyone, let it shine.
Let it
Shine.
shine.
Let
Let
it
it
shine.
shine.
Yeah. Oh, you guys are on. Now is the time for you to start thinking, would I like some spiritual support, spiritual prayer in this hour of our Froggy Friday? If you're looking for some support from your practitioners, we are here for you. And I want to ask and remind all practitioners to please stay here until you are dismissed. Our new practitioners, can we talk about our new practitioners in the house? And if you would like treatment, please put your hand up, let us know. And as we move into the final stages of our hour together, we give great Thanksgiving. And part of our great Thanksgiving is our offertory. And our offertory is our love offering to our center. And it can come in many ways: time, treasure, talent. We want you to know that if you make a financial contribution in Kenya, you can contact Nancy via M-Pesa, and she will accept that on our behalf. If you are in North America or Canada, you can contact us via email, e-transfer, check, snail mail, all of those ways. We will accept your love offering, and every penny that Canada doesn't make anymore even goes right back into our community. So I'm going to get you to all unmute, and I will say the line and you will repeat it after me. Unmute, unmute, unmute. I want to encourage you to unmute and say with me, I am filled with the energy of abundance. Say it like you mean it. I am filled.
Filled with energy of abundance.
I am willing to share my financial good with my spiritual community.
I am willing to share my financial good with my spiritual community.
And so it is, and so it is.
So it is.
Is there anybody who is desirous of a spiritual mind treatment?
2-minute miracle.
We can put you into a private room with a practitioner who will hold the high watch for you.
Okay.
Nobody.
Yeah, Ezekiel.
Oh, okay. I missed it.
Did you put up your hand?
No.
Oh, no. Okay. Did you want to say something?
I don't have anything right now.
Oh, okay. Okay. I thought I saw
Yes.
your hand up. Okay.
We don't have any light, but you know that light that's over your head is magnificent. And it's glowing, and we are feeling it here.
Thank you. Thank you.
I want you to mark your calendars 2 weeks from today, and that, oh, there goes my alarm. Gwen, you're gonna have to finish. Our fire alarm's going again. I love us. I'm still here, but we've got a fire alarm going on. Take it away, Gwen.
So yes, 2 weeks today, that is July 28th. We are having Patrick, Philip, Rahema, Christopher, and James, and they are hosting and doing the whole Froggy Friday service. So come early, be on time so that they get the whole hour with you, and start on time. And it will be, what will it be? Describe it to us, Philip, Patrick, or Christopher. You're the three that are here. What will it be? What's the experience you're going to bring to us? Is there a theme? Is there a title? Nobody's unmuting.
What we know is there will be. So there will be a theme and there will be a title. And there will be brilliance and wisdom and light and love shared. That's what we know for sure. And so come and support your practitioners in the community. They hold the high watch for you every single day as a community. So come and support them as we love them up. Reverend
Yes.
Melody, your willingness to come on a beautiful July 4th afternoon, morning, evening, wherever we may be, warms and whelms my heart. I appreciate you deeply and I love you. And each and every one of you who have chosen to come here out of your busy day, at the end of your day, if you're tired, you still signed on, and that means everything. Wilkester, Paul, to be here in service, it means everything to me. Thank you. So go forth and shine the love and light that you are. Know that you are a blessing and a gift to the world. And now, as Reverend Melody said, you love yourself. I love myself so much that I can love you so much, and you can love you so much. You can start loving me. Go, Gwen, yeah.
I love myself so much,
So much,
so I can love you this much.
this much.
And you and I can. I don't
We love you. That's what you need to know. Philip's like girls, ladies,
Yeah,
ladies.
yeah. So we have Agnes, who is going to do a benediction for us.
Yes.
Gareth, I'll learn it. I'll learn it. I promise. Me and lyrics. Hey, Barb. So we'll have Agnes do our benediction, and then there is nobody that needs a 2-minute miracle. So we'll all have this blessed evening, blessed day, and go forth and shine. Take it away, Agnes.
Okay. Join me as we come to the end of this Froggy Friday. I'm so grateful. Grateful for all the unfolding. Grateful for all the knowing, all the oneness. Grateful for this connection of CSL Kenya. And as we move on this week, we go reminded and knowing of our self-love. And in this moment, I'm grateful. And so it is.
And so it is. Thank you, God.
And so it is.
Thank you.
Yes.
So long, everyone. We love
Thanks,
you. You
Mel.
are loved.
Thanks, Reverend Mel.
Bye.
Blessings. Thank you, Mel.